evening and welcome. This is our Monday, May 16, 2016 edition of the Government News Brief. In the news this evening, operationalization of Local Government Commission imminent. There must be a change in attitude to curb corruption, Minister Catherine Hughes, and businesses pleased with Expo 2016. These and other stories when the news returns. I am Shivani Rampersad and this is the Government News Brief. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. Here are the details. After a delay of more than 2 years, the Local Government Commission would now become operational by next month, as we hear in this report.
Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan says the ministry will soon wrap up the last stage of the process in identifying possible candidates to serve on the Local Government Commission. He was at the time speaking with the Government Information Agency.
We are now in the final stages where candidates have been identified and shortlisted and for review and ratification by the Cabinet. The Leader of the Opposition has quite recently been written to provide his three of the 8 nominees. One of the 8 members of the Commission is to be appointed by our local government organs via parliamentary process. That has already been completed.
The Local Government Commission is a constitutional commission. It will have 8 members. The Commission is responsible for regulation and staffing, hiring and firing of local democratic organs. The Commission will also oversee, monitor, investigate and examine the actions of the councils as stated in the Local Government Commission Act.
And I can tell you that we have identified some very strong, suitably and professionally qualified individuals to be members of that commission, and I have confidence that that commission will be able to play a very active and vibrant role to support the work of our local government organs, to be able to strengthen the system of local government and local administration.
When the Commission comes into operation, it will address many of the administrative issues that have to be dealt with in relation to the neighborhood democratic councils, and the municipalities will be removed from the Ministry of Communities.
It will free the ministry from a lot of the time, the administrative time and effort that is currently preoccupied with in these day-to-day management issues. It will allow us to focus more on strategic issues and strategic direction of the management of our regions, and that day-to-day responsibility will devolve to the Local Government Commission.
The legislation for the Local Government Commission came into being in late 2013, but the body's operationalization required a commencement order, which was not given up until the end of last Parliament. The Communities Minister inherited this undertaking and subsequently provided funding for the Commission's startup in 2016 budget. For the Government News Brief, Sinika Thorne reporting.
There must be a change in attitude if corruption is to be addressed, says Public Telecommunications Minister Catherine Hughes. More in this report.
Minister Hughes says that eliminating corruption has been one of the major challenges faced since the coalition government took office. The minister explained that to fix the issue, the attitude of everyone has to change.
Even if you fix corruption at the highest levels of government, we still have to make sure. I'd like to use the example of the guy at the gate who's going to allow maybe a container to go through. So what I'm trying to say is that so many of our issues, we have a spectrum of individuals that have to be part of the change. And unless we're able to change the very, very bottom in terms of attitudes and also the very, very top, we're not going to be successful.
The minister says that she is happy that over the year, government has been able to address infrastructure, making them stronger. She reflected on the positive feedback she has received.
Sometimes we want to make simple of things like just cleaning the city and cleaning the mall. But believe it or not, I had a mother the other day that came up to me and said, "Thank you." I was at the market and I said, "For what?" And she said, "For this." And she pointed to the Merriman's Mall and all the play areas and said to me, "I don't have to pay for my child to play." And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I had never thought of it in that context.
In addition, Minister Yu said that she is delighted with some of the successes she has achieved. These include reviving the telecommunications bill that will be laid in Parliament soon, making available 4G internet services, and having Guyana being listed as one of 12 places in the world to visit. Isaiah Braffett, the Government News Brief.
No advantage for Guyana in Venezuelan market, says Agriculture Minister.
Recent calls by the opposition for government to re-enter the Venezuelan rice market would not be in the farmers' best interest, says Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder.
Venezuela will not, with the best will in the world, bearing in mind that that oil prices are now hovering just around $30 a barrel, or slightly above, enter into a similar agreement. Indeed, we are informed that the agreement they have with Suriname is almost, if not quite, half the price of the Petro-Carib arrangement, or slightly more than that, than half. So to go back to Venezuela wouldn't really be any big advantage to farmers.
The minister says the government is currently seeking to establish new markets for rice.
The government, however, has put in place new markets. We have developed now the Panama market, which is now developing. We are extending our markets in CARICOM. Our Jamaican market is set, should be almost double what it was last year. And we are also trying to finalize an arrangement with Mexico as a new market.
Guyana has satisfied all its current markets at competitive prices and is exploring new markets.
At this point in time, has no rice to export. All our production has been exported the last crop, and at prices above world market prices. So rice industry is not really in as much of a crisis as people would like to say. Apart from that, the ministry was very happy at its performance in terms of assisting the rice industry during the last 12 months in the drainage and irrigation aspects.
During the early months of the current administration, Guyana and Venezuela still traded oil for rice under the Petro-Carib agreement. This agreement was subsequently discontinued by Venezuela when it started saber-rattling over the Guyana-Venezuela border controversy. For Government's News Brief, I'm Kidaki, Amsterdam.
Guyana's largest trade fair and exposition, Expo 2016, provided an opportunity for local manufacturers and producers to show off their goods.
Expo attracted a number of exhibitors who showcased Guyana under the theme 50 Years Guyana Means Business, Promoting Enterprise, Driving Productivity. Most small businesses tied in with the theme as they promoted locally made products.
We produce fruits, cake fruits, five-finger, carambola, and we do all-purpose seasoning, we do green seasoning, we do pepper sauce, the hot ones in 5 different flavors: mango, pawpaw, cucumber, coral, and sorry. And then, if you don't like hot pepper, we have a sweet one for you. It's a relish that you put on your sandwich, your salad, and your hot dog, and your burger.
Other small businesses showcased unique handmade local items which caught the attention of many in attendance.
My most interesting product so far would have to be my wooden bow tie, and that's because it's absolutely unique. The ones that we have here, they're made of crabwood. So there you see, and it's embellished with the 50th logo as well. So this is probably my most interesting product, and it is one that persons have been fascinated by because it's unique. Where would you see a bow tie made out of wood?
Other large businesses that have been manufacturing locally for the past 50 years use this opportunity to reconnect with the local market as well as introduce new products.
Chinese are not aware that we make so much products. So it's a form of information, knowing that these products are produced locally, and because of the quality of our products and the presentation, we do a lot of exports. So yes, Expo has helped to expand our business and make our local people know more about it.
In addition to getting their products on the local market, both the small and large-scale manufacturers expect a wider market base in terms of expansion after the exposition. Renetta LaFleur for the Government News Brief.
While Guyanese all over the world will be celebrating our country's 50th independence anniversary, One special group is celebrating their 5th anniversary.
The Rumvelt Inter-Area Youth Community Football Group on Saturday, May 14, 2016, received a contribution of trophies and gear towards their 5th anniversary celebrations. There to hand over these items on behalf of the Social Protection Ministry, as well as other small agencies, was the Councillor of the Community, Sophia White.
I always see Ms. Hollingsworth out here trying with them. Not only is she a team director in terms of her football, but she's a counsellor and a mother. And I admire her. And I've seen the potential that the children in this area would have. Most of them I know them through my literacy group. And some of them I know from my school because I'm also a teacher. But nevertheless, I have seen their potential. And on behalf of myself as a community leader, I would like to give back to her.
Receiving the contributions was team director of the group, Donna Hollingsworth Calendar, who started the group with males aged 8 to 25. Previously known as Churchyard Football, the Rumvelt Inter-Area Youth Community Football Group has faced many challenges.
I started this group in our church, St. Pius. I was there one Wednesday, and actually today make it 5 years since I'm working. I have a few boys here with me that from starting, but they were small, but now they're grown. And I started this game by asking them, because I heard them were playing outside, and I asked them if they would like to start a game with me because they were cussing and stuff like that. And I think maybe if they get adult supervision, it may help them in a different way. They could play in the church. And I'm here from since then to now. We spent our 1st anniversary here, but here is not where it started. Here is where we continue.
Hollingsworth Calendar stressed, however, that she will continually be dedicated to the growth and development of the group and looks forward to seeing improvement in the future. The group includes boys from several areas within the Rumvelt La Penitence constituency. They continued their celebrations with a series of games within the group over the weekend at the St. Pius football field. For the Government News Brief, I'm Tiffany Rogers.
This has been another edition of the Government News Brief. The details of these and other stories can be found on GINA's website. We encourage you to subscribe to our website and YouTube channel. You can also like and follow us on Facebook to be updated as the news unfolds. Remember, it is 10 days to go as we count down to our Independence Jubilee celebrations. Do join us again tomorrow evening for another edition of the Government News Brief. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.